You know that feeling when someone you care about starts acting different for no clear reason? They question every little thing. They overreact over subtle things. One moment they're distant, the next, they're overly attached. They and you start wondering if you did something wrong. Psychology says what you're seeing might not just be control, it might be jealousy, but not the simple kind people talk about. Something deeper, wired into how a person feels love, fear, and connection. If you've ever been the jealous one or dealt with someone like this, stay with me. Because this might explain more than you expect. Let's start with what people get completely wrong. 1. It's not just about trust. Most people think jealousy means someone doesn't trust you, but psychology links it more to something called attachment insecurity. This comes from early experiences. When love felt inconsistent, unstable, or easily lost. So instead of thinking, I don't trust you, their mind is saying, I'm scared of losing you. And that fear doesn't stay in the past. It follows them into every relationship, even when nothing is actually wrong. 2. Their brain is always scanning for threats. Psychologists call this hypervigilance. It means their mind is constantly looking for signs that something might go wrong. A late reply feels intentional. A simple conversation feels suspicious. A small change in tone feels like distance. To you, it might look like overreacting. But to them, it feels like preparation. Their brain is not trying to create problems. It's trying to prevent pain. 3. It's deeply tied to self-worth. This is where it gets real. Jealousy is often connected to low self-concept clarity, meaning they don't fully feel secure in who they are. So their thoughts become comparisons. Am I enough? Am I replaceable? Why would they choose me long-term? And no matter how much reassurance they get, it doesn't fully stick, because the problem isn't outside, it's internal. 4. They confuse control with safety. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings. When they ask questions, check details, or try to stay involved in everything, it can feel controlling. And sometimes it is, but underneath that behavior is something else. It's an attempt to reduce uncertainty. If I know everything, I won't get hurt. If I stay aware, I stay safe. But control doesn't create real security. It only creates temporary relief. And over time, it can slowly damage the relationship they're trying to protect. 5. They feel emotions more intensely than they can handle. Jealous people often feel deeply. They don't love lightly. But psychology shows they may struggle with emotional regulation. So when jealousy hits, it doesn't feel small, it feels overwhelming. They might react too quickly. They might accuse before thinking. Or they might shut down completely. Not because they want to hurt you, but because the feeling is stronger than their ability to process it in the moment. And here's the truth most people miss. Jealousy is not always toxic, but unmanaged jealousy becomes destructive. There's a difference. A small amount can come from care, but when it's driven by fear and insecurity, it stops being about love and starts being about protection. And protection, when misunderstood, looks like control. So, what does this mean for you? If you see yourself in this, you're not broken. Your brain just learned to protect you this way. But protection without awareness becomes a pattern. And patterns can change. It starts with understanding your triggers, building internal confidence, and learning to calm your emotions instead of reacting from them. And if you're dealing with someone like this, understanding the psychology doesn't mean tolerating unhealthy behavior. It means seeing what's underneath it. Because at the core of jealousy is not control. It's fear of loss. And fear, when left unchecked, will always find a way to show itself. If this helped you understand something you couldn't explain before, kindly subscribe.